Okay. So our next one is James Vice. Okay, so it looks like you want to be a content creator based off of what you have here. So if that is not your focus, I would work on your statement a little bit more. Okay, you have some demographics and some psychographics, but again, I would further develop them. You are missing images throughout the entire presentation, so you don't help exemplify any of that. What you do have, though, is a title here. Sorry, let's start back here. So you have your title of your campaign, you have your aims, which is good. Create forward campaign that will highlight and talk about some of the biggest successes and failures when it comes to sports teams, leagues, brands, and promotional content ideas. The campaign will consist of a blog post about success and fails each week. The content each week will include a weekly blog post. Others share their favorites. I'm not sure what this is. We'll have to find out more. A Twitter, Facebook poll, short video podcast, live tweeting, content pieces while watching sports. All right. So week one, you're going to have blog on content that succeeds, blog on content that fails, blog on favorite content, blog on my own creation content. So you have different topics, such as good. You have a hashtag, and now you're going to break it down. Each week I'll create a post that talks about my favorite sports marketing piece for the week. 2 weeks will be about content fails and why these content pieces weren't as entertaining as they thought they were. 2 weeks, I will highlight the best and most entertaining pieces I think are out there today. I will post the link on Facebook and Twitter. Then I will ask followers to tweet about their memorable content pass on fail and hashtag. I will then select what I think is a favorite one and retweet it. Okay, and this is good. The only problem with this would be what happens if no one does do this. You have to think about each week on Twitter, Facebook, we will post a poll. The poll will be related to asking which teams and leagues use their content better and creating content simply is better. Execution, I will record a podcast each week leading to the sports weekends. That's good. So again, helps with your content creation. Talking about events I'm excited about. I will have to be seen on that league organization. Okay, so where will you create the podcast on would be the one thing too I would ask. And Grand Tennessee release. Okay, so this is kind of a variable. All right, so overall, I think this is an execution. You can execute this plan easy, and it makes logical sense if you were going to give it to somebody else to have to execute for you. So good work on that one. Next one, new idea. What makes a great? I'm guessing there's a word missing. So you have brand awareness and participation. So you want to get them to share. Create a 4-week campaign that will create and come up with new and innovative ideas to create a better game day across all sports. The campaign will consist of a blog post each week about some of the newest ideas and game day experience content. Each week we'll have a weekly blog post, other shared video polls of favorite game day, a Twitter poll about the best game day story, and have fans show ideas of game day experience. As again, as a new brand, this is just some things I see as a concern. So make sure that you would have, if you go ahead with this idea, um, that you make sure that you have a group of followers. All right, we're missing campaign things here. So do you not have them, or is it or week themes? If you didn't, you could have just deleted them. Game day experience. Each week I'll post a blog. There will be about they will be about what are some of the newest ideas in game day experiences better. This will also be about some ideas that I want to bring to the game day to improve on. Again, I would like to see these ideas listed here. Have others share on their Twitter what team, league, or event they will be having. Game experience. Each week on Twitter, we'll face a poll. So it's the same as the thing before. Well, on which experience they thought was the best. All right. So I like that you're creating content there with it. It can be done as a game day in hometown to make. All right. So you have 2 complete ideas, but you are missing components in each one of these. would be my only thing. All right, moving on to our online class, we have Antonio Castro. All right, so we have 9 slides here, so that makes sense why you had an extra one. So one thing I want you to remember, you are the brand, not Castro Sports Marketing, right? People are hiring you as you, and they're looking for you, not for Castro Sports Marketing. So I would like to see you update this. Unless you plan to actually create this company and not work for anyone else coming out of school. Okay, you're very clear on what it is that you do. You have a lot of demographics. What you are missing is psychographics, though. I am not sure why this title is on its own page. Again, this should have been merged with this. And this should be on the next page with this. All right. You put goals here. The goals should just have been participation and awareness, or awareness and engagement. So I'm not totally sure what's going on there. All right. Reach out to 100 talent agents a day to show them who we are and what we can do for our clients. Again, this is not part of a campaign. Reach out to top companies. It's not part of a campaign. Host an event. Now, an event could be part of it, but are you really doing it? So these are just actions. This doesn't tell us a campaign. What we can do for you campaign, these concept overviews of this campaign is to create and host an event. There's a typo there that will give us opportunity to meet companies like Nike, Adidas. Again, are you really doing this? This has to be a real campaign. It doesn't seem like so far you have followed the instructions and coming up with 2 ideas as you're breaking things apart. And you're supposed to have your blog, a choice thing, your Facebook and Twitter, which again doesn't follow any of the requirements. And so this is talking about reaching out. It's not talking about content you're creating. So this plan is not going to work. And this does not give us a breakdown or follow any of the instructions. All right, so moving on to Dane Conklin. Let's see how many slides this is. Only 7. So right away, there's something has to be off because you have 1 intro slide and 3 per concept. However, it is a nice cover. I will give you that and on brand. One thing, Dane, I would say about you, I love the pictures you have in your stuff with you fishing. If there's a way to bring something like that into your image, I think that would be fantastic. All right, brand overview. So we have that here. Nice job. A target, and you have interest. You could amp it up a little bit, but that's still good. Providing expert analysis on other, taking what the client already has and turning it into media presence, tighten or building from the ground up to achieve the goal. Targets competitive kayak anglers. I'm willing to do what it takes to grow their social media presence into something that will stand out. Okay. So you have that one's complete. You have your brand title here. That's good. With some good imagery. Yeah, it's like these, I love these shots with you in them. All right, brand awareness. We're just missing one of the goals unless you put them together in the next one, maybe, but they should be brand awareness and probably one of the interaction ones. Let's take our first cast together. That's really cute. Is aimed at showcasing what is offered through the brand. The campaign will consist of 3 live streams event each week. Okay, that's ambitious. That's good. Over a week of 4 weeks, in addition of work being uploaded on the other 2 days to show consistency, progression through week's materials. The campaign is designed around showing followers a series of events that occur from gathering content, organizing, editing it, and presenting it. Along the way, followers will be shown the tools and techniques to navigate through each step, leading them to the final result. All right. This campaign will consist of 4 weeks. Okay. So I see why, maybe because you use a smaller typography and to fit that in. So that's why you're probably missing one, where you probably could have put this on too. So you do have the content. Monday, 1 hour live stream hosted on Facebook. All right, so we have our location there. The water showing my setup and the tools to capture that week's content. After the live stream concludes, it will be saved across the posted on these other platforms. And the other thing I would do is put like a promotion out post that you're going to be doing your live stream before you even do it. Pre-edit photos on Instagram, showing what the initial content looks like upon upload. Pairing with these pictures will be links and editing software. So do you want to teach these people how to design, or you're teaching them how to design for what, to have their own brand doing what you do? 1 hour live stream event hosted on Facebook at my desk showing how I edit. Okay. Because it's taking it and kind of making it seem like you're a design blog instead of with the kayaking and fishing. Add material post on Instagram. All right. And then 1 hour live stream with my followers to give them an update on my critique work. This would include questions, techniques, equipment use, and questions about fishing in general. Now, my only concern here, I think you have a solid campaign and it's easy to follow and it's done really nice. Will be you have some people who can fill in, or your peers, right? You guys should be supporting each other during that time. Brand campaign to submit, review, and win. To initiate follower engagement. Okay, so engagement will be the one. So we're missing one, which is participation. Submit, review, and win. Campaign is designed to see and hear from viewers. All right, so you do have that engagement factor. This campaign will consist of 4 weeks, much similar to Let's Make Our First Cast Together. Each week will mirror the last week, with the exception of week 4, where winners of weeks 1 through 3 will compete against each other for a grand prize, in which my services will be free. So my big concern here is what people don't enter. All right, so you have a live stream, competition, showcase, upload videos. So it looks like you have a solid plan here. All right, the campaign will consist of 4 weeks. The first 3 weeks will mirror the initial outline. You guys can read through this too, instead of reading through it all out loud. I'm just gonna quickly read through. All right, so this is logical, it makes sense. And again, my only thing is that you are basing this off of other people submitting. So if they don't, and you don't have content, right? I would like to see you actually creating content for the campaign, because that's one of your goals, is to create that brand awareness. So you should actually be providing content of your own every single day. And you have that on here on this day. All right, and then you have this here. After the first 3 weeks, winners are announced. The final 3 weeks, the campaign will consist of the following. See it across. Now you have right here, did you just copy and paste and not realize that you did this? Because it's saying about submissions, but this is supposed to be winners. And so that would be the only thing that is confusing, is right in here. In the middle part, because it's talking about uploading. Overall, you did an excellent job, and I think you would be able to execute these easy. I think the first one will be easier than the second one, unless you already have a body of followers. All right, so right here we have Chris. Now, focus to help your focus as a professional is to help fans connect to the game of basketball. So if you want to be a basketball coach, is that really what your goal is? Instead of this brand, it's who are you? So you want to be a source for fans. So is that really what you want to be for a living? So this is one thing where I think it might be a little bit off in who you are. So you want to make sure that you're really creating content for for you, right, in your career. You have some data here. This is good. All right, and then, all right, so you're good there. But yeah, I would update that. Brand awareness and engagement would be your first idea. So Twitter poll tournament where fans decide the best of the team. Now, my only concern, and we'll see if it pans out here, are you using other platforms? I see kind of break this idea here. All right, you give us a little, probably too much detail in an overview. That's stuff that could be in the breakout of the plan. All right. Initial post of the tournament breakdown on blog. Okay. This will also display times, matchups. Updated post will display the winner matchups. And then, okay, right here, you see that a link to the blog post breakdown, Twitter polls, Facebook winner, or the winners will be posted on Wednesday to Friday. Okay, so you'll be cross promoting and you'll have that there. Polls will be created, group 2 weeks. All right, so you have this broken down. This makes sense. And the only thing you're missing is the fourth platform. So this is something logical. Now, my only concern would be, do you have enough content? So you might have to find different ways to create content. And you have nice examples here as well. All right. Brand awareness and participation. So we should see you getting them to share. All right. Your goat. It will ask the audience to talk about their favorite player. So you're asking them, I guess, to share content on their own, but it's really a lot more engagement and you're expecting a lot more from your audience. And as a new brand, that's going to be really hard to do. And so looks like you're asking them to create the content more than you. So I don't think that this one is going to work, to be honest. All right, so yeah, so you're kind of debating on that, or depending on them to do all the work. All right, and yeah, I mean, so you have your plan here, but again, I don't think this is going to work, and you are missing one of your platforms. All right, moving on to Robert Hickman. The first thing I would say is, yes, you added in your logo, but I would have liked to see you update the template to match your brand, because I remember your brand. It was very vivid in my mind. You did a great job with it, but it's not reflective in the presentation. And I don't remember you being a fan liaison when I looked at your brand. Why is this important, and how is this going to help you get a job would be my concern. Like, I don't understand. Are you wanting to be a sports historian? What would be your focus, I guess? Are you doing a nice job giving some data on demographics and psychographics? This is on brand for what you're saying. However, again, I would like to see something really that's going to enhance what you do for a job. All right, greatest moment in NFL history. So it looks like you're doing a bracket as well. It's a tournament that has 15 polls. The first round will be a breakdown of 16 into 18. You have a typo here. So you're teaching us how the poll is going to happen, but I don't understand how you're going into what platforms you're going to use yet, or the execution. All right, so you kind of give us a thing with the polls, but again, I don't completely understand how your whole campaign will be executed into polls. Also, I'm looking at the images, and yes, you have a bracket, but you have no other examples except for this photo right here. All right. You have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You don't show how you're going to use your blog at all, which is a requirement. to a link and make. So you can put a link in your bio, I guess, is what you have. Are you going to use Linktree? How are you going to do this? Are you going to do it in your posts? Are you going to do it in your stories? How are you going to come up with creative content? Okay, so again, how are these all going to be executed on Twitter? And what days? How is it going to be done? That gives an example, but doesn't give us too much detail. So I would go in and make it a more detailed presentation. All right. And then your next one, touchdown dance challenge, brand awareness participation. Okay, looks like we have some more imagery here, so this is better. Touchdown celebrations are always something fun, and fans love being a part of the game. So we are asking fans to submit videos. Again, you're asking too much of your fans right off the bat, because unless you have a big user base, this might be too much. And it looks like you're depending on fans for content. For 2 weeks, and the other 2 weeks. Highlight on YouTube page. It's a fun idea, but again, you need to have followers for this. And putting all social media platforms isn't going to cut it with this. I want to see your breakdown of social. What are the all platforms that you're using? That doesn't really tell us anything. You left text here for the template. That should be removed. All right, you have 3 platforms here, but again, you're missing Facebook in your blog. And I would like to see more of the content that you would be creating. So, but either concept would need to be reworked. And so I would work on that. All right, we are moving on to Brittany. And I see you have the 7 slides. So it looks like we're in good shape here. So your brand helps bridge the gap between fans and their favorite college sports team in the social media world. Let's see. It helps strengthen the connection between the fan, the teams, and players. Again, this doesn't tell me though who you are. Like, what is your role and why would I hire you? Right? I want you to think more about that and who you are as a brand yourself, as your personal brand. So I want to know who you are. And then I see your audience here. You have your demographics and psychographics. You did an excellent job with that. You have your brand and your full name, and that's awesome. All right, so then moving on to your ideas, you have your title and you have your goals, nice and clear. And so you take us through a creative poll that allows fans to vote on if the college championship should really count, if there's no fans in attendance. Everyone knows a crowd can help elevate and swing momentum in our new world of sports. And COVID-19, the lack of screaming fans has a great deal of impact on the outcome of a game. This poll would help understand what fans think of the new world championships. The poll will have a showcase, 1 question. All right, fans will have 3 options to choose from. The poll will be open for 24 hours. Okay, so this whole thing is dependent on 1 poll. That's one of the things that concerns me. I think it has a great idea, but it's not showing me how you would create content, right? For this campaign outside of just a poll. And so that's one thing I would like to see. And maybe you break it down here. I like that you have examples. All right, so let's read through this. Twitter is where we will host the poll. All right, up until the release date of the poll, tweets will mention the new poll coming soon. I would like maybe background information on information that's in the poll instead of just that it's coming soon, and giving facts, information, ideas. I think that would help. Instagram will be used to post a picture of the poll, including a link so people can participate, videos. And you could even do the poll in Instagram Live even and have something like that. And then maybe have different, again, background stories on different teams in the poll. And so you could really boost it there and give information. The blog will utilize to tell a history of the fans. Okay, so here you go. where you have some more information. And this is stuff that I would really be pushing out on the other platforms. Facebook will use tie in all sites together. Links will be provided. So you hit all your targets. That's awesome. Great job. I would just maybe update this a little bit if you go with this one, just to make sure you have enough content for the month, right? And because you will be having to create a great deal of content. All right, let's look at your second one, a view from home. Great, you hit your next two. Awesome job. You have a great attention to detail. Brittany's is one of the profiles I would check, guys. If you want to see her and both Robert actually, a very complete brand and what it looks like. So great job for both of you. All right, COVID-19 has not only rocked our personal lives, but many other aspects. The organizations limiting the amount of people in stadiums, fans are dealt with choosing between sports bars and homes to cheer their beloved team. For this campaign, fans will be asked to post a picture from their view of how they are watching the game, whether it is from their favorite rocking chair bar. So, okay. Now, my big thing, as I've said to the other people, would be what if no one posts if you don't have people? So, what other content might you be providing to supplement this idea? This is a great thing when you have a lot of followers, but it can be very difficult when you don't. And maybe, again, you do. I can't remember how many followers everyone has, but that would be one of my concerns. The blog will be used in the campaign as a story source. Viewers can visit to read more about how it has changed watching. Okay. So you have information here where you're giving stuff. And I would say come up with some like posts that you can do every week for your blog, maybe some background things on COVID or how it is involved in marketing and really who you are as a core as your brand. You guys may all need to make a little bit of adjustments if you haven't been brand focused on who you are as a personal brand. And so, for example, one of my brands would be as a graphic designer, right? Because I do that on the side. And so I might show different design comparisons or different changes and things people are doing, all related to design. Even if I'm talking about teams, I might look at logos or branding changes or website changes and comparing them. I wouldn't be talking about team highlights. All right, Instagram will be used as the main host for My Seat Home campaign, which is a great thing for something like this. All right, and the one thing again, I would say use Instagram Live as not live, I mean stories for this as well. All right, you have this here. And you have a great plan that is easy to execute. My only concern would be not having enough content. So I would add something in to boost it up. Especially you're going to need supplemental content in case people don't enter your contest. Excellent job though. But again, I would just make some updates, but you did a great job with this presentation. You hit every single target you needed to hit within the rubric, and you did an excellent job. All right, moving on to Malik. Now let's see. Your brand name is M Raw Lindsay, which doesn't match your logo. So that's one thing I'm a little confused about. If your brand should match. Also, the presentation vibe. I know you want the blue. However, this is more formal and this is more modern and cool. So you're going to want to create a template that is matches the vibe of your campaign. I mean, of your brand in general, because you will use these templates again. All right. So the shadow also behind it and with the small typography makes it a little hard to read. So that's just something else I would do. I think this would have popped a lot better on if you use this blue and the white and the black. If you use these colors, it would have helped a lot more. Again, the brand, how these social media help fans interact. Again, is this really reflective of your brand and who you are and why people should hire you? We've seen a lot of the same type of thing going through all of you guys. And so I want you to really hone down on who you are as a professional. If I were to be looking for someone who did what you did as a freelancer, right, for my company, what is it I would be hiring you guys to do? All right, you have some demographics here, but I would like to see some more psychographics. All right, the fan I wish I was a fan campaign. You have your aims. That's good. Fans will be asked to share the brand's post and encourage others to follow while using hashtags. I wish I was a fan. The fans must also tell the potential new fans to let it be known who encouraged them to be fans of the brand. There will be two first place prizes. And again, remember, you must actually do these campaigns. And so, do you really want to be giving something away for this? That's something you need to be thinking about. And do you have an audience for this? Starting a campaign where you have a contest and you're really wanting them to give you the content, it's probably not the best way to start off to get brand awareness. You need to give them content and create something so they can build trust with your brand. It will just be like walking out on the street and trying to create a friend and asking them to give you something, right? Before you develop this trust and this relationship. And so they're probably not going to give you a lot of, effort. Maybe if you said I'm doing a giveaway, they will. But even then, it has to be a good enough giveaway for people to really do that. All right. I wish I knew I was a fan campaign. You have great imagery. Nice job with this. And so let's move through this. You have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're missing your blog. And this is a little too big to really count as a full page of text. A photo with the brand logo and the campaign name will be posted. The fans that would like to participate will share this post. This will be the contest with the most likes will be held on Wednesday. Again, it doesn't really tell me though what is the contest on here. I guess you do that right up here, but it's not so clear, and I would like to see more details. I don't see how you're gonna have 4 weeks of content with this. Here we will host the Bring in the New Followers fan contest. A tweet will be made. The post will ask fans to tweet. This can be more developed. 2 will serve as a place where post pictures of the prizes, a picture. You don't want them doing a scavenger hunt either. You want to promote it, but they shouldn't have to go all these other places to see everything. And then I would like to see how you're going to have your blog. So again, this could use more development. You are hitting a lot of the things that we needed you to hit for this assignment, but I would like to see more development and really more content creation from you. All right, Saturday super fan. We have brand awareness and engagement. All right, so we should be seeing interaction with the brand, the user, not getting them to share. A poll will be posted every day with a different question. So that's a good way to do that until Saturday. The questions will come in from a weekly podcast that will be made. Okay. The fan followers that answer the most questions will be the names of the week's super fan. So again, you're counting on that to happen. So what happens if they don't? Will you find other people to interact? And again, you guys should all be interacting with each other. So this in turn really shouldn't be too big of an issue. The super fan will get to pick the brand's cover photo for the next week and earn the shout out. Be careful when you let people pick. You want to give them options. You don't want people to control your brand because it could get hokey or it could get off topic. So you really want to set parameters with that. And two people get the same amount right, they'll face off for a bonus question. And then why is that really going to make them want to participate as well? A poll of questions will be posted here every Saturday. The poll will be 3 questions, poll every day, and every person gets the right amount. Saturday wins. Now you will be looking at the days to post this past week, and so you might want to change this. With Facebook, it says there will be a post made on here reminding everyone to go over to Twitter and vote on the poll with a Twitter link attached. So every time the new poll is posted. Okay, so that's good. But again, you're going to have to come up with ways to do more content than just polls. So background information, which I should be seeing on your blog. This is where winners will be posted. So it gets all of the brand's media involved. It will also be a better place for photos of the winners to be posted every Saturday. The winner will be announced on this platform, but the link will be shared across all platforms. So I think you have a good basis. However, I would like to see more development on this. I think that is the one thing it is lacking. All right, moving on to our next presentation. Okay, it's 10 slides. So that explains why we might have an extra one up here. I love this blue. It's really, really pretty. I like this typography. However, just in right here, I see multiple different typefaces. So try to keep it, down to 2, 3 max, and keep the same color reds. This red looks a little bit darker than this one. And then you have the orange. I don't know if these 3 are all your brand colors. I can't remember with the black. But we want to make sure that you're keeping everything cohesive. But I really like this one if you're going to do titles, to be honest, and keeping something clean. But you can mix and match from sans or sans serif, but just keep it cohesive. All right. Tell me what you have seen us. I'm not sure what this part is right here. And your name is who you are as a brand, right? Not the media group. That doesn't need to be there. And so, yeah, I would like to see your logo for your name. All right. Tell me, have you seen us recently? The city of Atlanta has hired. So this is already comes off as figurative. Remember, we're doing a real campaign for something that you'll be doing for your own personal brand to get content out there to show that you are a thought leader in what you do. So this is not figurative. This already seems a little bit like it's not following the instructions completely. I like where you're going, but it's not really there. And even these targets don't fit the targets of social media marketing. So go back and look at what everyone else has had when they did theirs. And it doesn't tell us who the brand is, and it doesn't give us the target audience. All right, so I see your aims. You got those. Google surveys will be used to survey each golf. We have an issue right there. Who play golfer? It should be who plays our courses. They will be asked to go to your set. Is this your site that is for your school? Did you buy it and have it redirected? Because remember, you have to use your blog and participate in a survey to fill out one of the courses. All right, so you're asking a lot. You're asking more of a survey, it feels like, than really a site where you're providing information and brand awareness, right? And engagement, interaction. So I guess the prize part helps, but how are you going to reuse this content and really reach people? So I would rework that to begin with. I like you bringing people there, but why are they going to want to do this again without knowing your brand? You want to make sure that they know you're giving them information. Email marketing. Again, this isn't social media, this is email. So you're kind of email marketing is part of marketing, but it's not necessarily that full social feel. And this isn't your database, so it's not something that really you would be interacting with. It's just an image, it doesn't fit. I'm not sure what that is for. All right, so this doesn't really give us any of the details. It hits none of the marks that we need, so it really needs to be reworked. You have another one, but it has the same title, so that's a little confusing. Each plan should have its own thing. Count your steps to golf fitness, awareness, and participation. Golfers will be encouraged to walk the course as a means to increase stamina and fitness through golf. So, are you a fitness coach? I don't totally understand who you are as a brand. The rules of the game will be laid out. Each player will choose to walk the track, his steps. The course will track. At the end of the winter, customer, let's see, will be eligible for a free round of golf. Are you really doing this again? This doesn't seem like it's something that's feasible that you're going to be starting on Monday. So I would totally rework this. You can do a fitness thing where you're teaching people fitness and how to work out and then marketing it. But again, this isn't really taking us through social media. What's stumble upon? There used to be stumble upon, but it doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so right here you said introduction to various golf gadgets designed through Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Doesn't mention your blog, and it doesn't again tell us how you're going to use each platform, because each platform is going to be used different. It seems just like more of an ad that you would be making. Yeah, I'd say both of these really need to be reworked. You've seen some other examples, so I would look at that. How do you create a full campaign? On this one, okay, yeah, you have YouTube and Vimeo as well in here, but it's a little bit confusing. So I would totally rework both of these ideas. Again, looking at you as a thought leader, what you're teaching, because you want these ideas to show your abilities, right, and your knowledge, and to really reach people. All right, guys, that is it for me. Check in on your grades and just look at the feedback. It is important that you guys look at everyone just so that you can see other ideas and get other concepts as well. And I look forward to seeing your campaign plans this week. Make sure you do them in detail. Make sure that when you are actually writing out your campaign content, that you are planning out the actual content for all 5 days of week one, and that you are doing the overview for all 4 weeks, because you should be able to do that. And that is in your Excel spreadsheet. Do not forget to do both of those tabs, the overview and week one. And that you are completely filling out your content and your full timetable for at least 5 days of content, and that you have enough there based on the forms. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you later. Have a great one, guys.